Belinda and HarperAudio Australia present this unabridged recording of The Ghost by the Billabong, the Matilda Saga, Book 5, written by Jackie French and read by Edwina Wren. To EDO, New South Wales, which protects the land we love. Chapter 1. The Ghost by the Billabong, 5 December 1968. Lightning slashed a purple sky. Rain swept closer in grey flurries across the paddocks, like lacy wind-blown curtains. Jed stared down the road. No cars. No chance of a lift before the rain hit hard. Just sheep like rocks, and rocks like sheep. And gum trees, lining a dirt track down to the river. Every gum tree looked the same. So did every sheep. Night was already swallowing what was left of the day, darkened further by the storm. Drinkwater Homestead was an hour's walk away. She'd planned to arrive there at dusk so the Thompsons would have to ask her to dinner. Then they'd have to invite her to stay the night. Once she'd manoeuvred the old folk into giving her a bed, she'd be halfway there. The lightning danced across the river. The ground vibrated as thunder answered it. This was not a storm to be out in. Time for a new plan. The last car had passed half an hour back. A woman with kids in the back who'd ignored Jed's outstretched thumb, even though she wore a loose t-shirt to hide the beasts. The beasts had got her into enough trouble already. Women's libbers who burned their bras mustn't have breasts that bounced if you ran and gave out the wrong messages entirely. Blokes wolf-whistling every time you passed a building site or pub wasn't the half of it. Damn the beasts, and damn this storm. Damn her hunger too, which slowed her brain and made each step an effort. She had to think, plan. Even if a car did come, drivers didn't pick up hitchhikers in the rain, not and get their nice seats wet. She glanced around, hoping for a house, even a shed. But there were only those gums on one side, sheep on the other, ignoring her, heads down, backs to the advancing rain. "All right for you," she told them. Lucky sheep in waterproof wool. Jed wished she could live on grass too, or photosynthesize. Eating was fun, finding food wasn't. Hunger bit again, so sharp that the world shimmered. But she had a packet of biscuits in her shoulder bag, kept for an emergency like this. Drinkwater was her last chance. She had to arrive there clear-headed. She looked at the track down to the river. The trees along the river were thicker, but trees provided only an illusion of shelter. Once trees dripped, you got as wet as if you sat out in a paddock. Was she more likely to be hit by lightning out here or under a tall tree? A light suddenly flickered down the track. Lightning? No, the light was still there. A house. A house meant shelter. Even if the owners didn't let an unknown girl with a black eye, a shoulder bag, and the grime of 3 days and nights of travelling on her face, hands and clothes into their home, and who could blame them? She could press herself against a wall under the eaves. She'd be mostly dry and, more importantly, safe from lightning bolts. She jogged down the track, ignoring hunger and the pain in her shoulder. You couldn't ignore being struck by lightning. Or maybe you could, because you'd be dead. The thunder rumbled towards her, louder than a semi-trailer. Hail stung her cheeks as she reached the clearing. She stopped, disappointment as bitter as the smell of Merv's stale beer. No house, not even a hut. Only a fire in a strange teepee shape, licking at the logs of wood above it. Next to the fire, a sheet of canvas slanted between two trees, making both roof and wall. Water. The still mirror of a billabong, speckled with raindrop circles, not the river which must be further down the track. A gnome-like
Sample complete. Ready to continue?